Oh, there should always be optimism, a little bit of caution with it. But life's too short to be pessimistic. There's got to be some optimism, for crying out loud. If someone who's never contacted you before asked you to do something they've never asked you to do before, stop and think about it, because that's more likely than not a scam or some fraudulent activity. The thing I shared up on the stage is the universal truth. Don't let greed take over. Yeah. There's enough money to be made in a sequential, thoughtful fashion. Don't be greedy. It's a roller coaster, man. There's ups and there's downs and there's ups and there's downs. And the most interesting thing to me is just stay at the table. Stay solvent, stay growing. It's not a ride for little kids. You got to be a big boy. You got to be big enough to ride the ride.
Hey, what's going on, family and friends? Ray Fuentes here. And in this episode, we're coming to you straight from Dallas, Texas at the Digital Fusion Summit, an elite gathering hosted by Jake Claver, Max Avery, and the powerhouse team at Digital Wealth Partners. Now, if you've ever wanted to know what it's like to get advice from someone who's operated in the shadows, today's your lucky day. I had the absolute privilege of interviewing Charles Finfrock, founder and CEO of Vigilance and former CIA officer of 18 years. Charles is a certified Bitcoin professional, cryptocurrency educator, coach, consultant, author, and investor. He has over 20 years of experience investing in stocks, bonds, real estate, and oil and gas. He runs one of the largest cryptocurrency and blockchain-focused meetups in Northern Virginia with more than 350 members. He's also an ex-senior manager at Tesla, where he developed their insider threat program, so you know he's only a phone call away from Elon. The dude is a living legend.
Yes!
Charles just stepped off stage after dropping serious knowledge on the evolution of technology, the rise of tokenization, and how romance scams and investment cons are merging into a terrifying new trend called pig butchering. Yeah, you heard that right. In this no BS interview, Charles breaks down why security is your first line of wealth protection and why optimism plus caution equals your safest investment strategy. He also shares insights that only someone with a national security background and clearance could know, and offers powerful advice for fellow entrepreneurs navigating today's high-stakes digital economy. This one's packed with truth bombs, real-world wisdom, and CIA-level clearance. So buckle up, let's dive in, and as always, love you mucho.
Ladies and gentlemen, to my right is Charles Finfrock. He just came off stage here at the Digital Fusion Summit. Charles, the CEO of Vigilance, who shared some very interesting information all around tokenization, the evolution of technology, things that you would only experience as a CIA officer, which Charles is here. Charles, thanks for joining me today, sir. How you doing?
Outstanding. Thanks, Ray.
Well, first off, how has your experience been at the Digital Fusion Summit?
Look, it's been great. It's been a great opportunity to meet some new people that are involved in all the different aspects of the industry. It's been outstanding. I had a chance to learn a little bit more about the regulatory ambiguity and uncertainty in the world. It's great.
There is a lot of optimism in the air regardless. What are your thoughts?
Oh, there should always be optimism, a little bit of caution with it. But life's too short to be pessimistic. There's got to be some optimism, for crying out loud.
For someone who's as pessimistic as you say, I beg to differ. There's a lot of optimism oozing out of you. Was there anything top of mind or that you wish that you discussed or didn't dive deep enough into when you were up on stage?
I'm really glad you asked that. I missed my tagline. So we were talking a little bit about security, talking a little bit about how to protect yourself in this world today. And one of the things I say, you could resolve 80% of all the scams and frauds and things like that if you just keep one thing in mind. If someone who's never contacted you before asked you to do something they've never asked you to do before, stop and think about it, because that's more likely than not a scam or some fraudulent activity.
I mean, you're right. If it's unorthodox, it's coming out of left field, it's not something that you're traditionally interacting with on the regular, you gotta be cautious.
Yeah, absolutely. If it's too good to be true, it probably is. The thing I shared up on the stage is the universal truth. We've got to be honest with ourselves. If you're a 4, you're a 4. That 10 isn't probably interested in you. She's probably not going to come out from New York. He's probably not going to come out from wherever he is. It's cool, man. Be you. Own it. It's fine.
You know, it's so funny when you mentioned that up on stage. I'm like, you know what? I am a 4 and I have a 10. How did I make this?
Well, I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm just saying, possible versus probable. Yeah, that's fine.
Shifting gears here, Charles, because I know that in your field, you are prized to scary information. There's kidnappings, there's fraud, there's a lot of bad actors. How do you navigate these new nuances around crypto and these bad actors that are penetrating from all angles? What's your approach?
Yeah, I think you've got to maintain your optimism. You've got to maintain confidence, but at the same time, you've got to be aware. You've got to keep your eyes open. You've got to look around. If it's too good to be true, it probably is. You've got to maintain situational awareness, understand what's coming at you. Stay optimistic.
Yeah.
I mean, life's too short to be pessimistic. Stay optimistic. Just be careful. Cautiously optimistic.
Would you mind sharing an experience that you've had in your field that you think would put those in the audience on notice? Like, hey, these are occurring around us. Would you mind giving any examples?
We work a lot of different types of investigations, scam, fraud, impersonation. The CEO of a company, a large publicly traded company, is personally going to help you invest in cryptocurrency. It's probably not him. If you are on a dating site and someone starts describing all the wonderful investments they've made in cryptocurrency and they want to share that information with you, they're probably trying to hook you for a scam or a fraud.
You mentioned pig butchering.
Pig butchering. Oh.
What is that?
Okay, so pig butchering is when a romance scam meets an investment scam, and those two things come together and form pig butchering. And it's called pig butchering, unfortunately, because the pig that gets slaughtered, before they get slaughtered, they get fattened up. Unfortunately for our clients in this reference, they're the pig. And so it's all of the damage of an investment scam with the power of a romance scam. Wow. So even if you would be inclined to stop, your heart's telling you, no, this guy loves me. This gal loves me. We're going to get married.
What are the first couple steps that you would recommend when someone experiences any of these types of pitfalls? Where's a good place to start?
Yeah, no, great question. I would say anytime you've got any concern about something, stop, take a second, consult with somebody else. That's the biggest thing you can do, because part of the mystery of social engineering, part of the mystery of manipulation is to get that hold on someone, so that they only are listening to you as that source of truth. And if you just stop, raise it to a friend, raise it to a family member, something like that, oftentimes they're able to pierce that bubble that has been created around you and that facade. 2, understand what you're investing in. Understand the basics of what you're doing. And 3, don't be greedy. There's ways to make money, but don't expect that you're going to double, triple, quadruple it, or that someone has found some warp in the space-time continuum that they're going to be able to make so much money and so much fast, and they're just willing to share it with you even though you just met. Just stop. Don't let greed take over. Yeah. There's enough money to be made in a sequential, thoughtful fashion. Don't be greedy.
Yeah. Now, before I let you go, Charles, do you mind sharing with the audience who Vigilance is and what your overarching mission is?
Yeah, thank you. So we're a collection of former national security professionals, CIA officers, and former federal law enforcement and special operators. We provide services. We're a private intelligence and security company, and we help solve problems for individuals and companies. Scams, fraud, impersonation investigations, enhanced due diligence, in general, just problem solvers, helping enhance privacy and security for people who have those concerns.
Well, hopefully I don't ever need to hire you, Charles, but if I do, I'm very thankful that I know you, sir. My last question that I have for you, Charles, you're a gentleman that's highly decorated. You're able to pursue a career path that makes you happy, a pursuit of passion. Yeah. What's next on your career path? What is going to continue that stoke for you in the next decade? Because as a fellow entrepreneur, we're always after a chase. We're always after something that keeps us going. As one entrepreneur to the next, what's going to be that next opportunity that's going to stoke your fire?
Yeah, great question. Look, as an entrepreneur, I think you understand it's not a linear journey at all. It's a roller coaster, man. There's ups and there's downs, and there's ups and there's downs. And the most interesting thing to me is just stay at the table, stay solvent, stay growing. I'd love to say, I'm gonna launch this or launch that. And I've got 3 or 4 ideas in mind, and I am going to try to exercise them and launch them. But at the same time, man, I just want to win the game I'm playing right now. And it is fascinating. If you've ever thought about entrepreneurship, I can't recommend it enough. It's not a ride for little kids. You got to be a big boy. You got to be big enough to ride the ride, because it is challenging, but it's fascinating. Can't say enough good things about it.
Charles, it's been a pleasure getting to know you and brushing elbows with you up on stage here at the Digital Fusion Summit. Looking forward to collaborating with you in the future, and I appreciate you sharing your time with me, sir.
Thanks, Ray. Appreciate it.